Well, let me just say, thank goodness for indoor plumbing. Can I get an amen? There are a few things that probably should be left in yesteryear, including the outhouse. But these thrones of the past weren't all flushed into the sands of time. Andrew McRae found one spectacular seat still standing in central Illinois as he travels in American countryside.
Gaze is a town of under 300 people in central Illinois. There once was a rail line here, and one of the businesses next to the tracks was quite important, both then and now.
It was a general store where they sold everything back in those days, you know, kind of like a small Walmart.
And above that general store were apartments and a convenience for patrons on both levels.
Back in the 1800s, they had two-story outhouses to accommodate the apartments upstairs.
Yes, this was an upscale property with an outhouse on both levels. Outhouse keeper Nancy Goodwin says today you have to imagine the building that once was attached to the double-decker privy that remains.
This is all the original spot. The building was connected. This whole square was a general store.
The general store went out of business, but when it did, residents of Gaze found that the attached outhouse had become a real rarity in the nation. So you may be thinking, a two-story outhouse sounds great, but there could be a problem. What if you're using the bottom story and somebody goes in the top story? That's the making for a tragedy. Fortunately, they thought of that problem.
We always say that's the secret of the town in Gaze. We don't want to tell how the secret is. But there is an offset wall, so you're okay on the bottom.
It's all original, although the second-story stairs have been removed and the pit filled for safety and serenity. We got a special look inside the historic outhouse.
150 years old. Oh, and another thing, there's a men and a women's, and you can take a picture and tell which one.
But what makes this site so unique is Nancy herself. She looks after the outhouse and even has a small box where people can leave their information if they come and visit.
There's the cards in here, and you fill this out, and I'll send them a postcard. They have to give me a full address, though.
There's no charge. She just does it because she enjoys seeing people come here to glimpse what is today a unique piece of history. And in her home, a treasure trove of memorabilia surrounding an outhouse that has literally drawn people and mail from across the nation and world.
And they'll send me letters, you know, nice to keep the history going.
It is a unique structure with a dedicated caretaker. You know you have a special outhouse when it has its own address. And if you think a detour to see an outhouse is a little bizarre, just join the hundreds of others who stop by, write Nancy a note, and snap a photo.
It's just a fun thing. People talk about it. They come, they laugh, they have their picture taken in it. We put the signs out. It's on the internet, and they said, hey, let's go look at it.
So it may seem quirky, but it's truly a piece of history. The double-decker outhouse, man's gift to toilet technology. Traveling the countryside. In Gaze, Illinois, I'm Andrew McRae.